This is going to be a really good barometer for both these teams. They're both very, very good at this map.
Oh, for sure.
And you're about to see why. Look at the win percentages.
I mean, DRX have only played it the one time, but historically we know how good they are on this map. So don't worry that they've only played it once. You should still have a good amount of confidence in them.
Yes.
But ONSlayers clearly are feeling good about this. This is why it's their first pick. So they're still feeling like they have enough set plays, enough to surprise DRX, to catch them off guard, be able to bring this out first and try to get that win.
And especially since they get defender side, they're really nasty on defense. Now, they're going to triple stack Garage, but DRX, you're leaving King over there with a lot of utility by himself. Flashes and smokes are out, so it's a retreat for King to wait for reinforcements.
Oh, out onto the site. It's just a nano swarm in the default position. That's going to get popped, and they'll just plant off to the side below Heaven. Drone coming around the back. Zest watching for this, sees it. Dart goes out, but it's not going to connect. He's not been revealed. They know that the wraparound is coming through.
Disciplined, methodical retake here, checking their corners, but Botsy gets caught in the lurk.
Zumba all the way back in spawn. He's going to come up with the second one now. Goddead off screen gets Zest. Snack's finally able to find a kill here for the side of DRX, but all of a sudden it's him all on his lonesome. And as the push comes in, TS will get the final two, and ONSlayers will have a fairly clean retake, only losing one as they claim the pistol round.
Yeah, beautiful stuff here from ONSlayers. Great patient play from King. He does what he does best. He buys time if he's on his own. He's so reliable. That's what makes him, for my money, the best Sentinel player in Korea. He's just absolutely got great game sense, great timing, waits for the reinforcements. Now, we do get a little bit of over-aggressive here, I think, from RB. Pushes a little bit too far in with Buzz. They pay the price. Zumba absolutely looked great yesterday, continuing right where he left off, and the swarm is good here for ONSlayers. And again, they're checking all their corners. They're checking all their bases on the way in. They're not leaving anything to chance for the retake, and it's very successful.
Might just end up being a quick hit. Two playing out here at long. Bazzi whipping the first shot. Now it's going to be down to 5 HP. The stun's coming through as well as the paranoia. Meanwhile, TS has been eliminated. DRX with the force up is looking to just go ahead and turn around their fortunes completely.
You almost never see this from DRX. You almost never see the force buy.
Yeah, this is a very rare occurrence for them, but they're feeling it, and the quick hit really pays off.
And it catches, I mean, ONSlayers completely off guard. I mean, already adaptations coming out from DRX. You know, pistol rounds have, once again, kind of been a struggle for them this year. And here right away, they're saying, okay, well, we're bad at pistols. We're pretty good at, anti-eco rounds. So let's go for it. And it works a treat. You know, they catch Batsy out completely stuck on an island there. He's usually pretty good with the Marshal, but they hit him so fast and furious, there's not much he can do about it. And, you know, you do have Spectres in hand here looking for those exits. We did see, again, DRX push out of that A-Link spot last time. But this time around, nobody doing. And so you can just back out, hold the line here. King going to check window. I don't think nobody from DRX is pushing that direction, so it should be just kind of a safe goes for the wall bang.
Yeah, see if he can get the wall bang. I mean, it's a cheeky spot. Oh, he's actually going to get some nice tags on the Mako. Oh. A little spicy there near the end, but Mako will manage to stay alive, and DRX do go ahead and tie it up at 1-1.
Little yelp from Buzz there. Very excited. Mako will not be the one yelling on stage, in case you're curious.
Yeah, Mako he is such a gentle giant. A very quiet man, as we've found out time and time again when he does get his MVP awards.
Look at this. So you can see ONSlayers really sensing a C hit. Heavy stack of utility there. But right now, it is towards A. And, you know, a few Spectres were able to be saved here. So Botsy grabs a Stinger. Nowhere close to the Bladestorm or anything like that, but just going to try to hold close at this angle, see if he can trick DRX a little bit. Maybe get, you know, a flash and a double push here set up with Goddead.
For the flash, they go for the peek. RB having the tailwind away. Stacks gonna bodyguard. Doesn't find too much damage in reply. Now DRX gonna go ahead and shift over. It seems like this hefty setup of the Killjoy utility over at C is going to get its day in its time in the spotlight, I should say.
Absolutely. The defense was good enough there at long C that they're able to kind of force the issue here. So smokes and utility out. Stack's going to try to fault line in. RB gets caught by it.
Yeah, he's stunned up, but he still manages to come up with a kill. The spray gets the dink, and he's able to finish off King. Dart goes out. RB will falls in, but finding the elimination. Zest trying to hold things down from behind, and he's got both. Goddead and Bazzi eliminated. Now Zimba is checking around the back. See what they decide to do here. As it's just he and TS left alive. TS with the Sheriff. No armor. Is going to want to go down to the spike no matter what.
Yeah, we'll see. Zumba, he's capable of magic, but with no utility left, he's going to get shut down by Mako. Over to Buzz, going to finish off TS, and that's round for DRX there. Not a bad setup from On Slayers. I like the idea. I like the strategy into that round. Force the issue onto C. All your defenses are there. It's just good executes from DRX. And you also have the lurks, the quick lurks, but Zest is ready for them. So both teams doing a good job with their meta game plan. Just, slightly better guns in the hands of DRX as well. Still, I can't believe he's able to get that. Oh, RB with 7 health.
Sorry, brother. As he takes down his former teammate. But yeah, overall, clean stuff here. Just the one casualty on the side of DRX. So Cash is really starting to stack up for them. RB again, just going to get tucked away. And they do spot him. And Goddead, even with a Marshal, doesn't want to take that fight.
Yeah, just one rifle out there, the Phantom for RB. Everybody else still going to bank up. So much money in the hands of DRX for the next couple of rounds. So see how much value that On Slayers can find out of this. But any value they find isn't that great, no matter what. A Thrifty would be wonderful. Only Goddead with the Marshal, so kind of an interesting position. This is a very different look. I don't know if I've ever seen this from On Slayers where Goddead under Hell is sitting with the Marshal. Usually it's Botsy either in short or in long A with that. Now, they get the info here. DRX doesn't like what they see, so they think, well, maybe C will be open a little bit more this time. Let's see if we can make it work.
Oh, it absolutely is. Nobody occupying it, and Killjoy utility is off the side. Nano Swarm used into the back. As the spike plant will come through. 3-man wraparound now, getting ready to go past the attacker's spawn. TS just pushes in, making sure that there's no super deep lurks here from Mako, which wouldn't be uncharacteristic, so it's definitely a good spot to check. Updraft there from Bazzi as he jumps across. Buzz on the one angle, but are they prepared for Zest? One member already going to fall. Zipikup comes in. But will find the kill, but Buzz can just go ahead and hold this down. He's got 3 kills in the round. RP will scoop up the other 2. And DRX will now have a 2-round stretch lead. Yeah,
DRX here, good danger senses, get a little bit of information enough with the spots there into short A with the Owl Drone that they feel like A's too heavily defended for what they'd like. You kind of suspect that maybe they might have lightened up the defenses compared to what they had set up on C last round. You just rotate over there. You get a pretty easy one. That is amazing. The ticket for On Slayers to Iceland.
Mr. King.
Mr.
Hey, that's
King.
me.
That's you.
That's me. I'm going to Iceland, guys. For anybody who doesn't know, my last name is King.
Yes. All right, Batsy. Now, operator time. Just not able to see anybody there with the smokes covering.
He's going to get the collat! Oh! Bazzi, the patience pays off. Stacks an RP out of the fray. He pushes over to Sewer, and he has taken over the round. What a shutdown. 3 kills in the blink of an eye. Quick positioning from Bazzi. He is hungry. He says, King, I am going to get you that boarding pass.
He's really been pressing those bricks, and finally it pays off a lot for it. I mean, it paid off in the pistol, but here with the operator, the patience has been wonderful. Batsy has been unbelievable with the snipers this year. Both the Marshal and the operator is a big part of the success of not just himself, but also On Slayers. Able to shut things down. Let's see what King has got dialed up here. He's a monster on B site.
It's creeping up. Oh, wants to throw the alarm bot. It'll be a 1-for-1. He does manage to stay alive. Actually, I think it does not get the vulnerability out. Mako, though, down to 45 HP, and they know exactly where he's at. This is going to prove to be rather difficult for him. Smokes are in. Gravity Well not going to connect. Does get a little bit of a vulnerability onto him as he's going to TP into the back of sight. On a 1v4, they're trying to spam him out of this position, but the shots aren't connecting yet. Updraft through on one side. He'll find a single kill, takes a shot from the flank. Gets rid of the operator. It's a nice 3K there from Mako. Doing some good economic damage to a squad that doesn't have that much cash to rub together. But it will be the round win going to On Slayers, bringing it back to a separation of 1.
And that operator did manage to fall off the top of the generator. So Zumba's or at least Zuma's able to jump up and grab it. It might have been far enough on the edge. I'm not sure which it was, but they're able to recover the operator at the very least. But Mako makes that pretty costly there. DRX Not the end of the world economically. If they lose this round, 6 shot from Botsy, and then just he loves to do this. Get right back up on the double stack, check into short, gets the third. And it's a double peek there. God dead. Gets taken down here. Mako finds 2 with the Vandal. And there you go. Yep. Another good round.
You can see, even in the round loss, still going to be feeling very good about the way things transpired there.
Yep.
Absolutely the best case scenario outside of a miracle clutch.
Yeah, you're not disappointed at all as DRX. Now, Botsy over in C. You don't see this too often. He does like to get aggressive with the operator. Botsy he's very, especially when he has Blade Storm, he'll look for that early pick and then switch over to the knife, see what he can get done.
You can tell, though, they're prepared for this.
Yep.
That's why Stax is hanging back. They're expecting that somebody's going to be forward. Maybe not necessarily inclined to think that it is Bazzy with the operator, but they know that someone's going to be heading over towards that side of the map.
You've got a pretty deep lurk here for Zumba. He's got a star right outside in lobby. He's kind of waiting here. Let's see what his little setup's going to be. Well, he has to throw the smoke because of the owl drone.
Okay, will get spotted. Now has to pull back away. RB not going to over-aggress and look for the punish. Flash out. TS rotates back around.
He's holding. They're waiting for contact.
There's the Rolling Thunder. That's going to hit 3 members here. Answering Rolling Thunder does come out from Godnet to try to slow them up. RB does get clipped by it, but Buzz finds 2 off screen. Wrapping around the side, Goddead just lurking on the inside of that smoke. Nanoswarm thrown down, not popped, does get cleared. No, it does not, rather. Thought the shots came through. Looks like it might have missed. Now you've got 3 members versus 5, and they cannot try to go for this retake. They cannot afford it, so everybody is just going to pull back.
Yeah, it's a good job here by Buzz on the entry, finding 2 off of the counter Rolling Thunder, even from the side of OnSlayers. So didn't really get to see what happened with him, but the entry, again, it's coordination from the side of DRX. That is one thing they are well known for globally. It's just, utility and then go. Everybody's on the same page, on the same timing, and they're going to be able to come out of this all 5 alive potentially as everybody well inside of defender's spawn for OnSlayers. So shouldn't be any guns lost here for the side of DRX, and that's just, more economy, more ahead that OnSlayers has to try to claw back from.
3 weapons held on to the operator being the key one. DRX keeping it moving, trying to keep OnSlayers at arm's length. So far are looking very well versed on this attacker's side.
And they're showing different looks. Like they'll use the owl drone to scout A, and then they'll go over to C. They've done that a couple times. This time around they start poking around A. They get Zumba backed off, and they decide that that's enough for them. Getting that 1 Nebula out even was enough for them to feel comfortable that they could try to take this site. They've got a good opportunity for the Rolling Thunder, maybe catch a couple of the key pieces of OnSlayers there. And even though there was the counter Rolling Thunder, they're still able to get that done. All it takes is Buzz's double kill, and you're in. Now, nobody home here, just a bot, which has been pinged by DRX. So they're not, they know something's up. A lot of times what you'll see here is King will put an alarm bot in that spot that DRX just pinged, and then Goddead will wait right around the corner with a flash and try to pop around and get a kill. So DRX is suspicious that there's some kind of utility there since there hasn't been any presence from, say, Botsy or TS in long A. And they're going to start creeping past that Nanoswarm. There it goes.
Okay. RB will push out wide. Alarm bot just in front of him. Sees it, clears it. Tailwinds forward onto the site. Looking for the kills. The flash comes in. Perfect timing on the peak. RB finds the first elimination. Let's spam it out from short. Not going to find anything. TS will get 2. RB and Stax have now both fallen. Lockdown going to be popped. Going to flush them out of the site. And with TS dead, they're just going to have to wait this one out. Spazzy and Zumba to try to retake, but with an operator and a judge, this is going to prove to be rather difficult.
This starts to get to be a kind of must-win retake here. Still have a couple stars for Zumba to use. Smoke up above, a one-way. Botsy's still got the Blade Storm.
There it goes. Pop it. This might have to be a Bazzy go kill moment.
Yep.
He's going to push forward. Takes a good chunk of damage there from the Nanoswarm, and it's not going to work out. Push in. Zumba will find one. Wrapper on the side. The Buzz is prepared. Counter swings him. And DRX will now move up to 3.
Yeah, it's just great reading here of their opponent's tendencies by the side of DRX. They're ready for the utility in some shape or form, even though it's a little bit of a different look from King with the way he's placed it compared to some of the stuff we saw yesterday with Holy Moly. It's still enough there for DRX to kind of suspect something's up. And again, if RB gets safely onto the site, things start to go sideways because RB is absolutely just filthy up close and personal, and the rest of DRX is often just right behind him on his heels. Even with that nano swarm there, nobody's falling too far behind. And then they take the site, and you're left with a 2v3 that's very, very challenging. You know, Zumba with that judge, hoping to maybe get some use of it on the other side of the map, where really the judge is a little more. Look, the judge could be valuable anywhere, but especially in garage and things like that.
Yeah,
it's really powerful. But then you're on the retake there, and that's really difficult. And you know, Botsy usually pretty good with the Blade Storms, at least for one. This time around, not going to find any. And that's the end of that round. OnSlayer is taking a timeout. The real question is what are you doing here? Because DRX is reading you pretty well. You're showing different looks round to round against DRX, but DRX has a pretty good idea of how to counter it. They were ready for a lot of that utility placement that time. So what's going to be the change up here? Where are you going to maneuver your pieces? Are you going to try to shore up your defenses on A and kind of leave C and B to just the territory of Zumba and King and see if you can, you know, funnel DRX that way? But even DRX has been able to break open. See when that's been the case.
Well, economy not looking great. So OnSlayer's in the back of this timeout. We'll see if they can put things together. I mean, we've been very heavy on the thrifties throughout the majority of the playoffs. Didn't get to see too many of those yesterday, if any at all. See if OnSlayers can piece one together. Would do wonders for them, because it's going to take several rounds to try to break the bank of DRX. Because the coffers are full right now. You can see, I mean, Buzz is going to cap his. Oh my goodness, Bazzi. Domed down to 1 HP off that peak. What a shot.
Yikes. That's brutal.
Well, that was not discussed during the timeout. This was not part of the plan.
I doubt it. You're absolutely right.
I don't think Perry and Jamin came out on the stage and said, yeah, just don't worry. You're going to get tagged down to 1 HP. And
yeah, but you've got it.
We'll win the round.
No problem. Easy money. All right, well, let's...
He's still going to swing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a Marshall. You go big or go home.
Okay, well, it's time to go back further onto the site. Drone to come out. He's got to clear this. It doesn't check right. And TS, he tries to swing, but it's not going to happen. Buzz is more than prepared. Gets the kill, follows up for another, now has a third. And with King and Zumba having to come over to the site, either to die at the hands of DRX or to the spike itself, we could have an A.
I'm okay with that.
I'm sure Buzz is as well.
Buzz is looking really good on these entries through short A so far. Has the dual King from Heaven here. Just trying to spam through the box, see if he gets a little bit lucky, but, you know, King, not much value to be found there with the smoke. Tough drop down. Zumba trying to reach around with the Sheriff himself, not going to happen. And, I mean, no matter what here, King and Zumba want to die.
Oh, there's King gone. The ace dream is ruined for Buzz. I don't think he's going to be too broken up about it, though. Wants to try to get stacks at next Rolling Thunder, which he's now just 1 away. As he wants this kill, and he's going to have it. Rolling Thunder now online for the follow-up round. As DRX close out a flawless and stretch the lead up by 4.
Okay, now this is kind of the round that the timeout was really for coming up here.
Yes.
Are we going to see some kind of utility, maybe an Astra Star or a Nano Swarm, kind of on that right side entry point that RB's been hitting? You know, he's able to get past the initial defenses that are in long A, and, you know, he kind of has been smoking and dashing into that side of the site on the right-hand side. So are we going to see something set up for that? And then, you know, what is DRX's response going to be? Are they going to continue to try to hammer away at A and see if they can continue to get away with it? Ooh, early spam does get some damage onto Mako.
Yeah. There's still change up. That punish for the early lurk obviously stacks over on the breach, not the sky. No way to top Mako back up. I mean, he's shown already that when he's knocked down to about 45 HP, he can still come up with multiple kills. So won't be sweating too much about it.
Batsy's pushed up pretty far already, so even if this B hit does work, you can see giving up space is on Slayers. They want to see exactly what this is going to look like.
Oh, God, Dad, not prepared for Buzz to be that far forward at the link. Gets taken down.
Oh, Zumba. Oh.
King, no, doesn't finish the job. Finds Mako. Push into the garage. King's not able to get stacks. Offers up a bit of damage. Chunks him down to 66 over here. And Simba will be taken off logs. And now the plant will come through. As RB lurks around the back of the site. And on Slayers again, suffering. Bazzi, the last one remaining, has the operator. Absolutely needs to hold on to it. You can see they've got a decent read on his position. I thought Stax was going to set up for a flash, but actually doesn't have one. So never mind. And they will just look to pilot around this a bit as the move up comes through. Be prepared for it as well. Bazzi making them really work for this hunt.
Yeah, but I mean, for DRX, you can basically throw most of your teammates at this because you got so much money. So it's worth it to try to just continue to devastate. You can see that literally 0 credits for Bazzi. So you might as well give this a go. Absolutely no reason not to.
I mean, if you get the operator, it's huge, but is RB prepared for the close angle? Oh, well, he wasn't, but Bazzi wasn't prepared for it either. That's 3 kills for RB in the round as DRX continue onward on Slayers. The timeout not coming to fruition, not letting them get that next win. Now the bank is broken again.
Yeah, I mean, on Slayers playing for space, but just not really prepared for how much space that DRX was taking this round. You can see here the initial kill by Buzz. Really just nobody's ready for it. Zumba's trying to hide. I mean, there was a moment there where if RB had come through alley there, Zumba would have gotten backstabbed by him. So Zumba, and between a rock and a hard place, trying to manage his angles, manage his space. Not even
the triple take.
Is he really there?
You are there. Bazzi again with the Marshall.
Batsy's been nuts with the Marshall so far this year, but today, no value really found out of it.
Yep. It's been a rough tiding so far for the team as a whole. Zumba starting to creep up. Sheriff in hand, takes a shot. Zest just around the back of the box, puts a good amount of damage in, but Zumba will find RB, and Goddad gets Zest. Decent value here on the eco. Trade 2, they lose 3. Not bad, but again, so much money stacked up here for DRX.
Too little, too late.
Unless you can close out the Thrifty, then DRX is still going to be sitting pretty.
Yeah, if they can hold down C, it's King, and he's been absolutely clutch for on Slayers. Like if you look at kind of the players between the two teams who you look for in these situations, King on Slayers and Buzz or Stax on the side of DRX. Let's see what he's got. There is a Rolling Thunder available as well for Stax. I wouldn't expect him to use it unless things get really spicy.
That's the thing, is they have that and they have the lockdown. So
yeah.
Even if they do get picked apart, they have a lot they can use. That is the Rolling Thunder now out of the equation. And King! Oh my goodness! Such beautiful sheriffing, the Thrifty! It comes to fruition off the back of King holding down the site.
He's done it so many times this season, folks. If you haven't been watching on Slayers, especially the first time these guys played and the second time these guys played, King came up with some big clutches, especially in the pistol rounds as well. King has been absolutely phenomenal for on Slayers here. Just absolutely nuts. 1, checks both sides, 2, 3. 3 bullets, 3 kills.
And Zumba cannot believe it. Neither can I. The audience gasping in awe.
Love it.
I mean,
that feels so good, Achilleos.
King is an ID that he gave to himself, but he has absolutely earned it across his career.
No doubt. And now you have a lot of ults on the side of both teams. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they want to stagger these. You do still have the Rolling Thunder for Stacks. You have dueling lockdowns, but you do have TSs and Zest Hunter's Furies to counter those. So you've got kind of a tic-tac-toe game to play here with all of these ults. So I'm kind of curious to see how they want to, try to do this. There isn't one way or another that I really feel, other than the Rolling Thunder. Maybe Goddead could find a couple kills. Kind of push the advantage there at long. Not really going to work, so they're going to throw a recon dart over, see what they can get out of it. That went way into A lobby, so they're not in there. They should be expecting a push here.
Well, here's the Rolling Thunder, but TS, they're not going to get clipped by this. They're too far forward, but they still are looking to flush them out, and it will work. TS and Goddead go down. They can't offer up much else to their team other than a smattering of damage on Buzz and Zest. Now Zumba is dead. And it seems like things are just going to come tumbling down after that monstrous Thrifty by King. Fortunately, when the rifles come back in hand, it is not going to be good enough.
And they have to save. Even though there's only 1 round left in the half after this,
yep.
You have to save. You don't have enough money. Maybe King can, throw himself. But even then, there might not be enough money on the rest of his team that he has to buy for someone. So we'll see. There might be enough left that he can go for this, at least make an attempt here. Tries to around the corner. He's going to get one.
Okay, King gets Mako. Denies the flawless. Can he find anything else? The re-peek. Gonna come down, throws the alarm bot. And RB will take the rifle out of his hands. Comes around the back, and Bazzi, his attention is being split right now. He's gonna swing out though. Does find RB. Now he shifts back over towards the C site. Throws down the cloud burst, but Buzz gets on top of him. Oof. And the operator is lost.
Oof. That's the reaction to that. Oof. A huge round here. Good, decent senses, I should say, by OnSlayers. After TS's recon dart comes out, they know they're not in A lobby, so they expect the push, they expect the rolling thunder, they get ahead of it, they just whiff on their shots. It's not a bad position to be in, and then of course the backstab from RB to make things even worse. But yeah, it's not a terrible read on the side of OnSlayers. The execution just hasn't been there. This has been the case in a lot of rounds. They've had good reads, not great execution. Early dart out on both sides. Botsy does get spotted in long A, and there was one here up at the top of the ramp to find nothing for the side of OnSlayers, and a very slow start. I think DRX concerned that maybe somebody might try to push out because of the lack of economy, and they're waiting to see if that is going to be the case. And yeah, they are getting a little bit aggressive here. Owl Drone as well comes out very early.
Will just be shot down by Zest. Counter drone now coming in. TS is going to have to clear this, but has already spotted him.
Oh no.
Bazzi is trying to retreat. The shots flying through. He's going to send some daggers out into the smoke, but TS, he peels enough. They get the kill, and that's a spike drop now in lobby. Everybody else is shifting over towards C. DRX, they need to recover this.
Yeah, I think they just realized it. Stacks just turned around.
So wait, I didn't have the spike? Oh my god, I didn't have the spike.
Well, let's see if they can bait some utility out over here. They're able to do so.
Okay.
Clear a little bit on the C.
There you go.
Yeah,
it's the TP
it's
play.
TP. Yep.
So Mako burns it, gets the spike, cancels, comes back over to the C site. Nicely done by him. A good call from DRX when things are starting to look a little bit dire, but Stacks now just going to be lurking behind, watching to make sure that this angle is covered. But as we can see, everybody is now approaching from the defender spawn. Lockdown going to expire. Counter lockdown can be used by King. There's the rolling thunder. Gets the push, knocks the turret down to the floor. Will be cleared out. Nano swarms to delay some time. Aftershock used. Now the lockdown. It's going to gain some free space. Buzz spams through, finds him, but now the Hunter's Fury comes across. TS is gone. Mako gets god dead. Baz, he falls, and it's all on King. He doesn't have the time. He'll get the single tap there onto Buzz. He's just trying to flush them out, trying to find some additional kills. But there are none to be found. 9-3 is the score here as we get ready to switch sides. DRX, they chose the attacker side to start, and they made the best of it.
Yeah, it's a very clean half for the side of DRX, no doubt about it. Very well prepared for a lot of what OnSlayers wanted to bring. You could see they were very aware of the positioning of the utility and things like that. The pings on the map, oftentimes right on the money where they expected to be. And yeah, great little piece there from Omen. You can grab that spike with his ult. You don't really use the Omen ult too much. It's kind of, not, I wouldn't say awful, but it's situational. And they're able to wait for the right moment. Even though they lose the spike, they have a backup plan. And they're covering the post plants well. And Zest has got a Hunter's Fury to counter that lockdown. Just sits on it, wait for it. Not really able to find much other than some special rounds from King. A good opener for the side of OnSlayers with the pistol, but then DRX punched back with a surprising force buy. It caught everybody off guard. Now 9-3 half. OnSlayers here already on the back foot. Their attacker's side. Let's see what they can dial up. I mean, Haven has been slightly attacker-sided throughout this stage in Korea, but a 9-3 that's a rough one.
Well, for all the OnSlayers fans out there, certainly are believing in curses right now in this moment. DRX looking to shut it down, say, nope, that's not real. Well, we got the 2-0 dance.
I appreciate you, fans. I appreciate you.
It's not a real. He doesn't have the new jersey. He's got the old Vision.
Oh, he's got the old
on.
one. Yeah, he doesn't have a DRX jersey.
Get up to date.
Yeah.
I don't even have one.
I have a Vision Strikers jersey. I don't have a DRX.
Yeah. Need to get the new edition.
Yeah.
Clean post plant overall from DRX.
Yes.
Just really well set up.
Well, so much of it was just their executes onto A were so good. RB doing a phenomenal job on his entries. Buzz right there to follow up behind him. Immediately the 1-2 punch from those two. Buzz, the former entry player himself. RB asked for a while last year to switch roles. Now back on his comfort zone, and it's near flawless from them. Takes him roll to a spot here.
Oh man, such an aggressive push from Mako of all people, and he gets two. Just charges up, has been spotted. He's trying to pull back. Simba will be good for one, but RB shuts down the reinforcements there. Make sure they can't find anything else. Still taking some stray shots, but now TS and Bazzi find themselves in a 2v4 scenario. Spike will get picked up. See how they decide to play this out.
They gotta rotate. This is just...
They're gonna try to creep back in. Saying, come on, RB. Jiggle peek me one more time. But now RB's just holding the angles, trying to get the wall bang. Shots whizzing by his ears.
He saw a bit.
Whoop.
Oh, God, that's risky. Oh.
That it is. And, yeah, with that final little bit of chip damage being taken, he's got to pull back. Again, faking it. Shifts over to long, where Bazzi is now advanced quite far forward. Swings out, finds Zest. The stun comes in. Stacks goes to the peak. Takes a chunk of damage. Waits with the aftershock, and looks like they may finally abandon the A site. Yeah,
you didn't hear any utility, so no footsteps either. So nothing to play with on that aftershock. And here comes finally, eventually, the re-rotate. But still, Buzz has been very patient. The call came in for him to just wait. He can play off that turret. He's got a Nano Swarm on default.
Call can come in. He's just going to play. He's going to pull back, wait for the reinforcements to come through. Buys him time with the Nano Swarm and knock TS down to 20 HP. There's a lot of pressure now on Bazzi, who's the one just holding on to the Classic.
It's great patience from Buzz. Great timing here.
For the stun. Bazzi showed himself a little tap in, and they might just be able to do this. Bazzi versus Buzz, and Bazzi guns him down. 3 kills, can upgrade to the Sheriff at the end of it all, and OnSlayers win the ever-important pistol round. Okay. I mean, they've won both pistols, and usually that's a great sign for your map, but it's going to take something really special on this side. And now as DRX, you've already shown the force buy once. Is it going to come through again? I don't think on the defender's side it's as necessary. This is a great little push out from Mako, a great paranoia into a double. And great cover here from RB. It's all the right things at the right time. Just some great shooting at the end from Batsy. That's going to get it done. Now, dart out early, gets taken down. Both darts get shot down. And so both teams kind of have some idea that something could be happening. Zest trying to jiggle peeks, see if he can bait anything out. Oh, RB trying to swing out aggressively. Gets punished for it. Down to half as the drone leads the charge. Being escorted along by 2. God dead. Sprays down 3. Gets the finish onto Zest. Breaking open long A. Now they can go ahead, storm the site, and it's a long walk for Buzz. And he says, okay, let me at least grab the Ultor before they get the plant. We'll have that gain some extra charge. Let's see if he can do any additional damage here.
Well, Goddead actually went to check. He had the spike, went to check long A quick, and that gave just enough time to grab that ult orb there for Buzz. Plant comes down, TS.
Oh.
Ooh, takes a little bit of damage.
Drops down, 1 HP. No way. No way he gets away with this. The reinforcements are coming in. And headshot, Buzz finds one. Can't get the finish onto the enemy, so but that's going to be a bit bittersweet. But it's nothing but good looks here for OnSlayers as we move into the rifle round and see if they can close this out. I mean, if they do, the ability to close the gap on DRX, it will become so very possible for them.
Buzz is feeling it today. I mean, you can just, the score line is incredible for him. Goddead doing a really good job with the Bulldog. Gets the triple. And, they know he's coming, but he's already got TS down to 1. He's able to find another. That's actually really good for Buzz. You can see he's got a smile on his face because he knows he got a lot of value out of that round.
Yeah.
rifles now on the side of DRX. You do have Batsy, who did go for the Vandal. Takes a little bit of damage from that Nano Swarm.
Not dead. Just sending out the ult to storm the site. There's no one there to receive it. Can't get the plant down.
I mean, DRX is just so smart. They're so aware of their situation that they aren't even on the site for the Rolling Thunder. So they waited out, and they're going to go for the full 5-man retake.
Stun coming through. RB looking to push off the back of that, and he is going to profit from it. God, that will shut him down, but Bazzi spraying it away, can't get the connection onto Buzz. Will be able to finish off the few remaining members. It's still costly, though, for the side of DRX, losing out on 3 of their rifles. But they'll get the defuse at the end of it all. They hand this off to Zest to try to get the Hunter's Fury up. And that's DRX getting their 10th round win.
It's what you expect out of DRX. Their coordination is so amazing. I mean, the fault line into the dash. There might have even, this is what makes them so good. I mean, it's a flash or a fault line or something, and there's a paranoia even that he's dashing right behind. And he's following up on it, picks up 2, and then it's who else but Buzz right on the backside coming through the smoke to pick up 2 himself. I mean, it's been those 2 this whole map for the most part.
Yep. Nice little 90-degree pivot to the right. He's 20-7 at the moment, is Buzz.
Jeez. Mako's having a good map too, but
yeah,
really, Buzz has just been absolutely just dialed in today. I mean, he's mechanically probably the best player in Korea.
RB seemingly sensing this. Updraft over the top, and oh, he's just gonna right-click headshot him.
That works.
Sure.
Now you're left with a shorty and no tailwind. So that's going to be a little bit tricky unless they can find... was there a gun on the ground there, I assume?
Yeah, I should be able to pick one up. He'll just pull back away.
But I guess not.
Okay, Mako is going to be TPing to the side. Everybody now setting their sights on C. King and Buzz, a bit of a standoff over near mid, but Buzz will pull back over towards the site.
He's got a judge.
And he is. He's ready for the close angle. Swings out. Will find one, but that is it. I don't think he realized that Bazzi was quite going to be right on top of him. So they instantly traded out. That's the man advantage here for ONSlayers. With even weaponry to boot. Get the spike planted. Now pull back for the post plant.
It doesn't look like DRX is even thinking about going for this. They're just looking for lurks. So save the guns. And keep the money intact. And play for the next round. This one just, they're able to rotate off of it. The early kill there by Batsy was absolutely just ridiculous. I mean, again, he's been absolutely phenomenal with those Blade Storms all year. Loves to do what I call the Soldom special there with his Blade Storms. Grab the shorty behind it. Try to follow up once the blades are done. If he still has a tailwind, he can smoke, dash into it. Shorty people in the chest. Try to play the entry still with the shorty. And King there trying to kind of take one out of Zumba's book a little bit with the judge. Gets one. And that's round over. Moving on here. DRX. Still, though, looking pretty good. But ONSlayers starting to catch some momentum. Trying to catch their second win. And DRX needs to find a solution. If this round doesn't go DRX's way, I wouldn't mind seeing another timeout.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's nasty. Just doesn't even look at it, really.
He just knows.
Yeah. Nailed it. It's in.
Unbelievable. Well, now RB has his Blade Storm. Buzz still with the lockdown.
Oh,
they're going to take it now. Okay. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit of a wonky round for them, just given that Buzz and RB do not have too much cash between them. So we'll just go ahead, call the timeout now. This says how they want to pilot this round and what the game plan is, regardless, if they win or lose it.
Yeah, let's see. I would suspect they're maybe going to give up a little bit of space here. And maybe Buzz might try to take something out of King's book here, put out one of those early lockdowns in A or something, and try to force the issue over to the other side of the map maybe. But it's a little bit more difficult to pull that off with Mako playing the Omen instead of an Astra, because the Astra is a little bit more powerful, I'd say, with the utility on the delay and on the the ability to use those gravity wells in particular to really slow things up, find at least 1 or 2 kills if you force the re-rotate. So I'm kind of curious to see what exactly DRX wants to dial up here.
Let's see what Termi has planned. I mean, Bladestorm's there for RB, so he's not going to be feeling too bad. Light armor, they do have a lockdown if they wanted to really try to push this over the line. Given that they do have 3 rifles retained, they very well might do it. And word that this is RB's sisters. Showing up to give support. Always sweet to see.
Yep, the families are here.
One of the first times that they've been able to do it since the pandemic started, so it's lovely to see the family and friends, being able to come out and show support.
Fast C hit. And so again, DRX playing for space. Not too surprising here. See what they can get done, but in connector, there's a lot of King's utility blocking that entrance off, so this lurk around the long A side has to work for DRX.
Checking out the spawn.
Ooh.
Spotted, but a bit of noise made. Zimba will take the opening shot. It's a nebulous set. TS is cut down, as is Zumba. B now just jiggling around the corner. Flashes start flying. He's going to scoop up a gun. Aftershock will delay. B just on the outside of that. Pushes up. Goddead, even though he's stunned, managed to find one. Bazzi gets another. Takes out Buzz, but they will just be able to storm the site. Get in onto the spike, and the defuse will come through here for the side of DRX. It's a nice timeout. They focus up, they find value, even though they don't have full rifles purchased. They pilot it to a round win. Now are just 2 away from walking away with a first map win here in this best of 5.
Yep, the call is to play for space, and it works a treat. The fast rotates are good. They're able to kind of catch the better side of TS here. He tries, he's ready for it, but he's not able to pull the trigger in time. And it's a good coordinated push. You can see everybody doing their job, everybody covering their angles. Zest able to make a nice switch there, even after taking some damage. And
Buzz is
feeling it.
That he is. That is a very scary prospect.
No doubt, and he's pushed up in garage with a nano swarm on the other side, expecting some kind of B hit with the alarm bot in there as well. They're going to clear the site. Nobody home for DRX, playing retake again.
Quick hit on the B. Change up here, major one for the side of Onslayers, but the aggressive push out of a lobby finds King. Not dead, trying to hold things out in window. We'll get one. Stacks finds Bazzi. Lockdown. Flush him out. God that tries to go into push. Mako going to fall Zimba around the back. Spectre in hand is going to come up with 2. Upgrades the weapon. Gets the start set up as Buzz. Lurks his way up into window, but he makes some noise, and Zimba is not biting on this angle. He's trying to swing around. Stuns out. Dart comes through. Zimba will get Buzz in the end. Stacks now trying to persevere. He's got no HP to speak of. Zimba pulls away from the flash. And he will be able to finish him off. 4 kills for Zimba. A massive, important round win. As he drags him across the finish line, the lone man standing for Onslayers. They bring it to 7.
This is really well played by both sides. I mean, everybody's bringing out every strategy, every tactic they've got in the book. And, there's trying to be lurks, there's counter lurks. Goddead, holding fast in window, expecting the push out, is ready for it. Zunba is absolutely insane. And there's Zest's mom and his nephew saying hi and wanting the DRX win, of course. So, looking good so far for DRX. But again, Onslayer is starting to find their footing, starting to figure things out. Early dart there, but he's going to get spotted.
It's not impossible.
Yeah.
He's not going to get clipped there. RB taking some damage through the wall. TS forces him back to the site as Buzz sits in garage with a Bucky.
Yeah, this is, when your opponent's on an eco, this is a great round to try to hit A. You've got a great advantage at these long angles. Maybe if there's a Marshall. There is, again, a Rolling Thunder here for Goddead, but maybe might save it. Zumba has the Cosmic Divide.
It's one for Stacks as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm kind of curious to see how this one's going to play out. If we've seen them traded quite often, but maybe this time, if DRX finds like they have a good opportunity with these sheriffs, we've seen it before where they can absolutely take these Thrifties against Onslayers. If you can just get, RB or Stacks or Buzz heated up, no doubt they can convert.
Push up. RB finds one. As the bullets crossfire in midair. 1-for-1 exchange. TS, the shot caller, now out. Sit back and try to focus and pilot the team forward here in the rest of this round. Bazzi will find Stacks. With RB falling, the hopes of a Thrifty not really going to come to fruition. Mako faking the TP in. But King is just pushed up into the smoke, calling the bluff.
That's his very, very difficult retake. I mean, Buzz with a Bucky and a turret. Not a lot you can find out of this unless something really crazy happens. A flash to delay. Turret around the corner is placed. Crossfire is set up and going to convert successfully here for On Slayers. So, yeah, a very good round there for them. They only lose one in the process. You know, a little bit of a short A push into sewers there for DRX. Does find one, but nothing else out of it. Now things start to get a little bit spicy for DRX. You know, you made the change up. On Slayer's taking a timeout.
I don't mind this at all. This is good timing here from Jimin and Perry. It's coming out saying, okay, look, we're getting closer. We cut that round win. You know, we'll have enough for another bye even if we lose this round. Obviously want to avoid that. DRX will have then guaranteed themselves at least overtime, if not the map victory.
Really curious what this is going to look like here from On Slayers. Is it going to continue to try to be A hits? You know that you're coming into a purchase. You should have a pretty good idea that an operator is going to be coming your way finally. Now that DRX has been able to bank up enough economy for that. So that should be very much on your mind. But you've got every ult, literally every ult for On Slayers. So how are you going to utilize these? Your lockdown, you know, there are places you can put it that are basically untouchable by the Aftershock, since there is no Hunter's Fury for Zest. And you just got to be ready for Stax's Rolling Thunder. I mean, that's the biggest key to this round is how do you play around that? Kind of curious what Jamin wants to do here because DRX has been giving up space, so your inclination might to be that you can get on the site, get the plant with like very minimal investment in terms of personnel. Like you might be able to get one person on the site, get the plant, so you can kind of bait out the Rolling Thunder that way. But now that you've taken a timeout, you know, DRX might make another adjustment here. They might say, okay, let's start playing at the choke points. Let's try to capitalize on some of the aggression from On Slayers and try to cut them off at the choke points. So kind of curious how this one's going to look. I mean, even just a B hit is what they're angling for right now here for On Slayers. That's definitely catching, I think, a lot of people off surprise. Shock Dart to clear the alarm bot.
Both nanoswarms have been placed over in the garage. One of them cleared out. Aftershock now going to force Bazzi back, and they'll think differently about this. Get rid of some utility. Drone now forward. Buzz clears it. Has the nanoswarm to make sure that they're not going to push in off the back of the drone. Playing that out wisely. Now just gets tucked away as the lockdown is going to be used. They know there's no Aftershock to try to clear it. Rolling Thunder comes crashing across. They try to answer back. Buzz, however, moves forward. Finds two. Looks to clear the lockdown, but he hasn't finished it off. TS gets the kill before he can make it happen. Mako now TPing out. What? He just TP'd.
He TP'd into it, but I think it was to try to keep himself safe. He's trying to use himself as bait.
Oh. He is going to get finished off there as Bazzi comes up with two. Zest out of the smoke. Gets a kill. Pulp shot not going to connect. Zumba now looking to clutch this out. The spike easily recoverable around the corner. The drone still persisting, chasing, trying to find him. Cosmic Divide comes up. Zest is going to get the dart through the back. Zumba falls. He cannot clutch it. And DRX will lock in the 12th round.
Unbelievable. I mean, what a round. Buzz is holding his chest. I am too, Buzz. That round was so close. I mean, Buzz almost had that lockdown taken out, but through the wall banks, just couldn't quite find the damage onto it that he needed.
Show me this again. The call from Mako to just TP into it.
I think it's totally a bait.
Yeah.
He does this 100% on purpose. He gets the kill, and he's like, eh. And it kind of works. I mean, it doesn't work initially, but the follow-up's good enough.
I mean, there's a slim chance. I'd be curious to ask him about this later. There's a slim chance because it was about a second and a half left. Maybe he thought that it would go off right after lockdown.
He timed it a little too early. Yeah.
It worked out great. Hunter's Fury gets a tag. Not going to find the kill, but getting Buzz knocked down to half HP is not necessarily a bad use of the ult.
No, you take those. There's.
I'd like to maybe see it saved for a post plant, but
well, I mean that I prefer that to Achilleos, but I don't mind it if you think you can find the pick, and it was really close. So Mako up on top does have his ult as well. If he needs to find some kind of creative use for it, as we saw on the first half. TS going to bounce the recon dart in, and here we go.
Oh, okay. Mako gunned down. As they push up, Bazzi tries to charge out onto the site with the tailwind, does fall, but they manage to get Buzz in the end, displacing him, and that is all of DRX taken off the site. Push out from Stacks on the back of the flash, will find one, but God dead. Shuts him down, goes back to his business of planting the spike. King, a long drawn-out spray battle there versus Zest. Will manage to get that kill. Now RB with the operator, and not too much cash to speak of. Pushes up, gets one.
Wow.
2 more to go. Swaps at the weapons. Does he want to play for this? Well, even if he did, TS doesn't give him the option. Wraps around from B. Finishes them off, and on Slayers, they stay in this.
And there's that TS lurk that we've been looking for. He's able to kind of feel this one out. Moves his way back through the garage, and it's going to come through and take RB down. A pretty good shot from RB to attempt the retake. And, you know, there is a trade there. Buzz and Stacks able to each trade one, but at the end of the day, it's a full on Slayers push. That means they're able to get spiked down with relative ease. Kind of hold on in the long run. It's a full C stack here again. They're going to double push it. This is not what DRX is expecting at all. I mean, granted, DRX is on the eco, so of course they're trying to hold angles. They're trying to push forward.
Downwind up, turret. Going to be cleared out. Spring through the trying to fish out some damage here onto Buzz. So far, he's been rather elusive with the shorty in hand. Now starts taking a bit of damage. He's looking for an opportunity to try to push out of this smoke, but they're just not gifting it to him. The call comes in. He tries to wrap around the back. Zimba will finish him off. The drone spotting quite a bit, I believe, before the flash connects. TS looks to hold the back line. Stun will come across. Zimba there to help bodyguard. He gets a third. Stacks will fall. This is massive here for the side of OnSlayers because they needed this to be a cleaner round. Neither team's economy was in a good position. They managed to hold on to 3 guns.
It's not the end of the world at all. You can see that DRX kind of assuming based on the tendencies of what OnSlayers has done previously against them on their ecos that they've gone towards the A side to try to take advantage of that. But this time it's just a full C stack, pretty quick. I would have called a rush, but a pretty quick hit. And Zumba, again, has just been absolutely nuts on some of these rounds, hitting huge multi-kills. And they're covering all the angles that DRX is trying to attack from. Now, we do have the op for RB. I can hear the Korean commentators getting excited. I'm excited, too. He has been, again, phenomenal with it. Looking to see if maybe he can get this early pick. Mako up on flat.
They both have it. Mako wanting to swing out. Can't go far enough without dropping down off the platform.
And this could catch DRX unexpected. They haven't used the op yet on their attacker side. So the money had been there, potentially, but they didn't go for it. So now I'm just trying to see if they can catch them off guard, right? Mako was up on top of that box last time. He does shift his position, so far hasn't paid the price for it. And let's see if the discipline can be maintained here for DRX.
Simba's got himself tucked away. I don't know if they
are
aware of that. Mako, he thinks that it's clear. And you can see the expression on his face. He's like, I can't believe I fell for that. They waited so long. Pays off massively. It's OnSlayers. Look to bring this into overtime. Darts forward into garage. Just looking to clear it out. The turret will fall. Buzz stays safe for now. Lockdown at the ready. As the Hunter's Fury looks to delay the plant. TS going to be able to elude all of those shots. Keeps himself safe here, as it's 5 members strong for the side of OnSlayers. Buzz thinking about when to pull the trigger on this ult.
The post plant should be so good. You've got the Rolling Thunder and Zumba's Cosmic Divide here. You should be able to really cut this off. This is so good.
Okay, swap out there on the operator for Bazzi. This King around the back. Gets the kill, and he's looking to just get rid of this thing. It's like, all right, everybody just play around that. I'm not going to offer up any more bullets. And DRX just retreat and save.
King even detains himself there.
Come and get me.
Maybe it's punishment for not being able to get it, but I mean, he did a good job holding the angle on the lurk, and it's a great kind of setup of utility here by the side of OnSlayers. They don't even have to invest their Rolling Thunder. The Cosmic Divide makes it so difficult on that retake, and then you know, you've got King on the other side of it on the lurk, and cuts off the encroaching side of DRX and makes it an untenable situation where they can't go for the retake there. So, oh boy, Achilles, are we just going to go right into overtime? Are we going right into it to start this one?
Very well could. DRX going to be using that last time out. You can see money situation not looking great. RB can't go for the full armor because he's trying to pick up utility. Buzz seems like he's swapping it around, thinking about either the Judge or the Spectre. But Onslayers, I mean, they're the ones who are sitting pretty.
Oh, yeah.
4,100 additional credits purchased so far. We'll see if DRX make any other minor adjustments before we go into this, but we very well could be going into overtime in our first map.
It's starting to feel like it for sure. And Buzz has had a whale of a map, no doubt about it, but it's just been a kind of slow and steady comeback here for Onslayers. It hasn't been flashy. It's just been good executes on both sides. On their attacker side has been a big part of it. They break open a site, they take down two. They might lose one or along the way themselves or two, but it's really hard to retake, especially on the A side and sometimes on the C side on this map. So once they're into those positions, you can see neither team wants to risk anything on their defender's side. So it could be dueling 9-3 halves here, and this catches Mako completely off guard. He's hiding for a lot of the round, but just not quite ready for it. Yeah, that lockdown gets placed.
Can't get it. Well, King survives, and Onslayers keep themselves alive here for at least a little bit longer. But look at this. Heavy stack outside of B. This is just end up being a fast hit. They're looking for the stun. Dart goes out. We'll spot a few. Mako. NTP across. He's going to get himself situated up on top of the box. Now stare down over towards short. Dart goes out. And Zumba. He's lurked up over on the right side. Zest might not be aware of this, and Zumba strikes.
It's a great little set play. They're faking like they're going to back off of it to set up Zumba. There's a nano swarm to delay. But now, looks like the full take is coming through. There is the Rolling Thunder trying to make the push, and they get Mako down.
Does not have one to reply with. They just have to try to retreat. The Gravity Well looking to slow them up inside of the Nebula, but they will manage to get back into the link successfully. 3 members alive now versus 5. DRX need to pull this off. Goddead gonna find Buzz. RB falls. It's all on Stacks and a 1v4 clutch to finish this out. Otherwise, we're going into overtime. He's been in this situation so many times in his career. He has won these situations in the past, but this one, the odds are so heavily stacked against him. Checks the opposite side. The flash comes in. Zumba will get the kill, and we are going into OT. What a way to kick off this grand final.
Just great patience here at the end from Onslayers. They bait out the contact from DRX. They get them to push down into sewer. Zumba gets that pick. And then it's the Rolling Thunder into the site take. They clean it out. They're waiting for Stacks there. You can see they're playing for the flash on contact. So well done here on both sides of the coin on their attacker side. Both going 9-3 on their attackers to take us into overtime. And buckle up, folks. We're in for a long one today, it feels like.
Absolutely seems that way. Bear in mind, this is Onslayer's map pick, so DRX still putting up some solid numbers, but having that firm lead, it's not enough. See both sides just too damn good when it comes down to the attack on Haven.
They're so well coordinated. Everybody's on the same page. The utility placement is great. Just unbelievably impressive across both sides. I think we might have started the overtime round.
Yep, we are in.
Okay.
Let's just jump into this. Okay. A little bit too long there on the old camera shots. TS tagged down low. That's about all we've missed. But I'm not sure why this happened. Zumba now tagged down to 10 HP. So already quite good start for DRX.
Yeah, I mean, it almost feels like this is going to come down to who loses their attacker side first. Both teams so good on it. You're going to flash the box, and there is King behind it.
Oh, RB tries to get himself situated up top, but King's like, well, I've been on your team while you've done this a million times. He's perfectly poised to strike him down, but as he tries to swing out wide, does fall. Zumba taken down as well. Only had 10 HP to work with, so not too much, but as Buzz pushes into the smoke, Goddead will go down. TS and Bazzi try to bring this back from the breach. Now a 2v2 with Sax low on health. It's absolutely winnable. Smoke comes down. He would love to get the spike planted. Stax says no. Gets rid of one. Now Bazzi with the operator. Needs to try to outplay them. He wants to recover the weapon. He's up over the top of the box, and the shot is not going to connect. He moves just a little too much. And Stax will get the finish. Rolling Thunder comes up in that round, obviously loses it. And now DRX, they bring it to map point.
Well, that King was able to buy a lot of time, actually, getting this early pick onto RB on the entry. And then he nano swarms. There's a gravity well as well from Zumba. So there's a ton of time bought here for the side of On Slayers, and they're almost able to make this work. They're all coming from alley. They're all in a really good spot.
Oof.
It's just good shooting from Zest and Stacks and company to lock that one down just barely. And DRX is going to take a timeout. You each get a timeout.
In overtime, yeah.
Yep. So
not per overtime. Imagine if that
can
was
you
the case.
Oh, God. Well, then we'd be here. I mean, you know, that unbelievable overtime in EU the other day.
I was going to say, if there was an overtime per reset, Mitch and Tom would have probably retired by now.
Yeah, that's true.
Would have driven them away from the game.
What did Tom say? He had to cast like a bajillion rounds of split in a row.
Yeah.
67, I think it was, or something like that.
Yeah, and Mitch, I forget what Mitch Mann's, what did he say? We're in tens in the twos or something like that?
Tens in the twos? I like that, yeah.
Or double digits in the twos? I forget what he said.
It's absolutely wild.
I
like this timeout, though.
Can't blame him. Your mind gets fried when you start going that long.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But I don't mind this early timeout from DRX. Like, talk about how you want to play the defender's side. You've got the advantage. You want to end this now. Maybe see if you can catch On Slayers a little bit off guard. But again, you know, attacker side has gone well for both teams. Let's see if what On Slayers has dialed in for us. Love to see the map. See what they're setting up with. But right now, we're just waiting. The clock's going to start ticking down, and it looks pretty like a B hit. But there's a ping here from DRX, like right on that box. So they're going to try to actually spam through that wall. They kind of sensed that maybe this was going to be happening.
A double stack on B. If this leads to Bazzi charging forward onto the site, it could be a huge shutdown, and Stacks will just take his head off. He's lurking at the back.
That's not fair.
They were not ready for that at all. They say, okay, there's probably going to be maybe one person at B playing out in Link. They weren't ready for Stacks whatsoever. Stacks puts his foot down. He is ready to end this. Slayers now need to fight back to end nail. Stacks swings out. Will be good for one more before falling the God Dead. 3v4, the advantage still there for DRX, and TS is down to 15 HP. Trying to play into B, but RB is watching the flank angle. He needs to dome him here, but the barrel's been seen. And RB will get the kill. 2 members left fighting for their lives. Goddead and Zumba. If there was ever a time to clutch, it is right here, right now. Goddead's going to get the orb, says, okay, if I can find one more kill, that's the Rolling Thunder. Maybe that's the difference maker for us to stay in this.
I mean, RB just having a great sense on that lurk. You know, TS has started to show them, and this time RB delays enough on his move over, you know, on Slayers. It really felt like they were going to try to commit to the C hit, and RB extremely patient, and that pays off big time. Now we're going to try to plant here on the B. It looks like it's going to be allowed by DRX. Oh, God.
Goddead, is he just going to send this and go rushing? Well, the answer is yes. It will push them back. They both double rush out, looking into C. The stun's now going to expire. And as Mako swings, Zumba is not prepared. It is all on Goddead, and he is going to fall. RB guns him down, and despite their best efforts at running it back, the curse is not real. DRX will take map number 1 as the defuse comes through.
Everything we could have wanted out of map